Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're looking at what honestly might just be the most revolutionary new digital hire for your desktop. We're talking about OpenHuman. Now, if you've been paying attention to the AI space, you know there's a ton of noise out there right now. But OpenHuman? It's genuinely different. It's positioning itself as your personal AI superintelligence. We're talking about an agent that doesn't just sit there and chat with you, but actually takes action directly on your machine. So today, we're going to walk through a super simple step-by-step tutorial on how to onboard this agent and actually get it working for you.
But before we get into the setup, just imagine this for a second. What if an AI could actually attend your meetings for you? And I don't mean just transcribing a call after the fact. We've all seen that. I mean a literal, real-time digital stand-in that hears everyone, takes notes in the background, and can actually speak up with a human-sounding voice in real time as an active participant. Crazy, right? Well, it's not science fiction. That's actually one of the absolute wildest capabilities of the OpenHuman agent today.
Okay, so let's quickly hit the roadmap for today's step-by-step onboarding tutorial. We are going to cover 1. The AI for everyone. 2. The two-step desktop install. 3. Essential permissions and settings. 4. Meet your meeting assistant. 5. The unforgettable memory vault. And 6. Ready for your superintelligence?
Starting right off with Section 1, the AI for everyone, leaving the terminal behind.
Look, there is a massive contrast between the old way of running local AI and this completely new approach. Up until now, using AI agent harnesses, things like OpenClaw or Hermes, meant you were stuck doing a terminal install. You had to mess around with shell commands, and honestly, that literally locks out like 90% of people right out of the gate. But OpenHuman completely changes the game. It's packaged as a totally standard desktop app. You download it, double-click, and boom, it's running. It is exactly as easy as installing Slack or Notion, which makes it the most beginner-friendly agent harness out there today.
And trust me, people are noticing. OpenHuman already has over 29,000 stars on GitHub, and it recently snagged the #1 spot on Product Hunt. Plus, because it's built in Rust and TypeScript, this isn't just some flimsy web tab pretending to be an app. It is serious, heavy-duty local software backed by a massive community.
Which brings us nicely to Section 2, the two-step desktop install, getting your AI on the payroll. As I promised, you won't need to write a single line of code here. The whole process takes maybe 30 seconds. For the non-technical local install, which is what the vast majority of us are going to want, you just head over to tinym.ai/openhuman and grab the macdmg file. Once that's downloaded, step 2 is literally just dragging the OpenHuman app into your applications folder. Click open, and you're in. Now, there is a more complex cloud deployment option if you're a power user, but keeping it local on your desktop is the straightforward path we highly recommend starting with.
All right, moving on to Section 3, essential permissions and settings, giving your agent a security badge.
Think of this next phase as handing your newly hired digital employee their security clearance so they can actually do their job. Because OpenHuman isn't just a chatbot. It needs a few specific system permissions to take action on your machine. First up, you'll need to enable accessibility in your Mac settings. This is absolutely crucial because it lets the AI harness, physically move your mouse, and type on your behalf. Second, grant it microphone access so you can actually talk directly to the agent. And third, turn on input monitoring. This just enables the keyboard voice hotkey, so whenever you want, you just press a shortcut and OpenHuman instantly starts listening. These are completely standard, totally necessary permissions for a true desktop-level AI.
Now, once you sign in, it's going to ask how you want to run things, simple or custom. I highly recommend just choosing simple. With simple mode, OpenHuman takes care of all the complex stuff behind the scenes. The model calls, the web searches, all the tricky authentications, all through a managed backend with one single subscription. You don't have to touch a single API key. Custom mode, on the other hand, means bringing your own OpenAI or Anthropic keys and setting up your own search providers. And sure, custom is awesome for developers who want to reuse existing subscriptions. But if you want a frictionless, easy onboarding experience, simple mode is the way to go.
And here is a huge reason why simple mode is so great. It includes a built-in feature called token juice. Basically, it's a compression layer that heavily shrinks the amount of data being sent back and forth to the AI models. In real-world usage, this is actually saving users roughly 70 to 80% on their token costs per call. It's incredibly cost-effective, so letting OpenHuman Simple Mode manage that infrastructure for you is kind of a no-brainer.
Section 4. Meet your meeting assistant. Introducing the yellow mascot. Okay, let's talk about the literal face of this software.
The OpenHuman mascot is this little yellow character, and it's not just a cute graphic. It visually responds to what's happening by cycling through 6 different moods. It's idle when resting, thinking when reasoning through a complex task, listening when you're speaking, and talking when responding. It even looks surprised if an unexpected trigger pops up, like a sudden new email. But the absolute coolest state is dreaming. When you step away from your keyboard, the mascot literally goes to sleep and starts dreaming. It uses that downtime to consolidate and summarize all the events of your day into its long-term memory.
And remember that wild capability we hooked you with at the start? This little mascot is your meeting stand-in. Now, it's currently restricted to Google Meet, but you can literally drop a meeting link in, and OpenHuman joins as a real participant. Double booked, can't make a sync? Your agent jumps in, listens, takes background notes, and can even speak up on your behalf. Obviously, you want to use a bit of caution bringing an early beta feature into a super professional setting, but the fact that this capability even exists right now on your desktop is just completely mind-blowing.
Next up, Section 5, the Unforgettable Memory Vault, Transparent Local Storage.
This is arguably where OpenHuman truly earns all of its hype, and their whole philosophy can be summed up perfectly in this one quote. You cannot trust a memory that you cannot read. You see, most AI agents out there use a hidden black box for memory. You literally have no idea what it actually remembers about you or your work. OpenHuman takes a radically different local-first approach that was heavily inspired by Andrej Karpathy's Obsidian Wiki workflow.
So, how does this vault actually work in plain English? Basically, everything you connect to your agent gets chopped up into simple, readable markdown files that live directly on your local machine. You can click a button in the app and it pops open the folder right in your Mac's Finder, or you can open it directly in Obsidian. You can read it, you can edit it, whatever you want. OpenHuman then automatically organizes those files. It summarizes them by source, so a summary of all your Gmails. It summarizes by specific project topics, and it builds a global daily summary. It is so refreshing to know you are never locked out of your AI's brain.
And to feed that memory vault, OpenHuman connects to an impressive 118 different integrations right out of the box. It uses a system underneath called Composio, which means you get instant access to connect your Slack, Notion, Gmail, Linear, Drive, all the heavy hitters without spending hours trying to wire up custom APIs yourself.
But here is where it becomes a real game changer for your daily workflow. OpenHuman runs what they call a subconscious autofetch loop. Every 20 minutes, quietly in the background, the agent walks through all those connected accounts and pulls any new information straight into its memory. Think about what that means. By the time you sit down at your desk with your morning coffee, your agent already knows exactly what happened overnight. You don't have to brief it, you don't have to catch it up. It is already fully up to speed and ready to work.
Finally, Section 6. Ready for your superintelligence? Navigating the beta. Let's do a quick reality check on where the software stands right now. OpenHuman is super transparent that this is an early beta, so yeah, you should expect some rough edges. There are a few active bugs to know about. For example, if you're on Linux, avoid the app image and use the .deb package instead because of a known launch bug. Some of the deeper integrations like OneDrive are currently a bit shallow and can't be fully searched just yet. And if you're trying to route things locally through Llama, embedding requests can occasionally crash. But look, none of these are deal breakers, and active fixes are currently in flight. Getting this level of user-friendly packaging for a local AI agent is still a massive, massive win. And that wraps up our onboarding tutorial. We've seen just how easy it is to skip the messy terminal stuff, install OpenHuman directly on your desktop, configure those simple settings, and unlock an AI that can literally attend your meetings and transparently map your entire digital life locally. So, I'm going to leave you with this. Now that you actually have a personal AI superintelligence sitting right there on your desktop, what tedious, time-consuming tasks are you going to hand off to your new digital hire first?